Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 3 Reddit stories for you. These Reddit stories will leave you speechless. Story 1. My friend based a game character on me and it's insulting. So my friend basically turned me into a pathetic loser for her stupid game night and I'm losing my mind over it. Let me explain this absolute disaster. We had game night at my friend's house yesterday. Usually we just play cards or trivia, nothing fancy. But this time she decided to get creative and made this homemade role-playing card game where everyone gets a character card with a backstory and secret goals. Sounds fun, right? Wrong. I got handed a card called The Freelancer and at first I thought it was just a coincidence because I actually am a freelance artist. I do 2D and 3D art, commissions, sometimes game assets. But then I started reading the backstory and my blood just ran cold. This character supposedly lived with their parents, was broke, antisocial, had 0 friends except online, spent all day gaming, and here's the kicker, was desperately trying to make it as an artist but failing miserably. The secret goal was literally to beg other players for money and validation. I'm sitting there reading this thinking, is this really how my friend sees me? Yes, I live with my parents right now, but I'm saving money and helping take care of my sick mom. Yes, I work from home, but I'm actually doing pretty well with my art. I'm not some basement-dwelling loser begging for scraps. When I confronted her about it, she got all defensive saying it was just a random character and I was being paranoid. But then other people started chiming in saying yeah, it did seem pretty obviously based on me. She kept insisting it was a coincidence, but come on. A freelance artist who lives with parents and struggles socially. That's not a coincidence, that's a character assassination. The worst part is everyone else got these cool, empowering characters. There was a successful business owner, a world traveler, a brilliant scientist. And I got the pathetic failure version of myself. I refused to play the character and honestly, I was so hurt and angry I just left. Now she's texting me saying I ruined game night and I'm being overly sensitive. But I feel like if your friend genuinely sees you as this sad, desperate person, that says something about your friendship, right? I've been replaying every interaction we've had, wondering if she's just been pitying me this whole time. Maybe she thinks my art career is a joke. Maybe she sees me as this burden on my parents instead of someone making responsible choices. The thing is, I actually thought we were good friends. We've known each other for years, she's seen my work, she knows about my family situation. So either she genuinely thinks this little of me, or she thought it would be funny to humiliate me in front of our friend group. Neither option feels great. Some people are saying I should have just laughed it off. But how do you laugh off your friend basically saying you're a failure? How do you play a character that's designed to make everyone else feel sorry for you? And now I'm wondering if I should even maintain this friendship because if this is really how she sees me, what's the point? Am I being too sensitive about this whole thing, or would you be just as hurt? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. I'm dropping out of my sister's wedding over a bed. I just stepped down as my sister's bridesmaid and I'm missing her bachelorette party, all because of the most ridiculous fight about sleeping arrangements you've ever heard. This is going to sound petty, but I promise there's more to it. My sister is getting married and I was supposed to be a bridesmaid. I love her to death, don't get me wrong, but she's always been the baby of the family who gets whatever she wants. Our parents literally move mountains to make her happy, and she's got this habit of picking at issues until people cave and give her what she wants. Despite all that, I wanted her wedding to be special. I've been the supportive big sister her whole life. I even saved her life during a mental health crisis years ago, so you know I care about her deeply. But this whole wedding situation has gotten completely out of control. So here's what happened with the bachelorette party. She planned this whole weekend getaway and I was excited to go. But then she started talking about the sleeping arrangements and that's where everything went sideways. Apparently she decided that I needed to sleep in a specific bed, in a specific room, and when I mentioned that I'd prefer a different arrangement, she completely lost it. I'm talking full meltdown, accusations that I don't care about her happiness, the whole dramatic production. The thing is, I had legitimate reasons for wanting different sleeping arrangements. I have some health issues that make certain sleeping situations really uncomfortable for me, and I thought she'd understand that. But instead of being willing to work something out, she dug in her heels and made it this huge test of whether I really love her or not. She started saying things like if I really cared about her wedding, I'd just deal with whatever sleeping arrangement she wanted. She brought our parents into it, and of course they took her side and started pressuring me to just go along with it to keep the peace. This is the pattern with my family. Whenever she wants something, everyone else is expected to bend over backwards to accommodate her, no matter how unreasonable it gets. And I've been playing along with this dynamic my whole life, but something about this just broke me. It's not really about the bed, you know. It's about the fact that even on issues that affect my physical comfort and health, her preferences matter more than mine. It's about being treated like my needs don't count as long as she gets what she wants. I tried explaining this to her, tried having a mature conversation about finding a compromise that would work for everyone. But she wasn't interested in compromising. It was her way or nothing, and if I didn't like it, clearly I didn't love her enough. So I made the decision to step down as a bridesmaid and skip the bachelorette party. I told her I love her and I want her to be happy, but I can't keep participating in this dynamic where my needs are always sacrificed for hers. Now the whole family is furious with me. They're saying I'm ruining her special day over something trivial, that I'm being selfish and dramatic. My mom is barely speaking to me, and my dad sent me this long text about family loyalty and how disappointed he is. My sister is telling everyone that I abandoned her when she needed me most. But here's the thing, I don't think I'm abandoning her. I think I'm finally setting a boundary that should have been set years ago. I'm tired of being the sister who always gives in, who always sacrifices her own comfort so the golden child can have everything perfect. Part of me feels guilty because I know she's hurt, and I never wanted to cause drama during her wedding. But another part of me feels like this was inevitable. This pattern was never going to change unless someone finally said enough. Was I wrong to draw the line here? Story 3. My mom vacuumed my room at 7 a.m. and I lost my mind. My mom decided to vacuum my room at 7 in the morning while I was sleeping and I'm starting to question my entire living situation. Okay, so this morning I'm dead asleep, right? It's like 7 a.m. and I hear this loud noise that jolts me awake. I'm completely disoriented, and I realize my mom is in my room with the vacuum cleaner, just going to town on my carpet like it's the middle of the afternoon. I woke up confused and honestly pretty angry, and I told her to get out. I said something like, "How would you like it if I did this to you after your night shift?" And she had the audacity to say she'd kill me if I did that to her. So she knows exactly how awful it would be, but apparently it's fine when she does it to me. When I asked her why she was doing this, she just said it's her house, like that gives her the right to wake me up whenever she feels like cleaning. I told her I'd do it back to her and see how she likes it, though honestly I would never actually do that because I'm not a psychopath. But here's the thing that's really bothering me. She works night shifts, so she knows better than anyone how important sleep is. When she comes home from work, the whole house has to be quiet so she can rest. We tiptoe around, keep the TV low, don't run appliances, the whole 9 yards. But apparently that same courtesy doesn't extend to me. I work too, and I need my sleep just as much as she does. But because it's her house, my sleep doesn't matter. The more I think about it, the more I realize this isn't really about the vacuuming. This is about respect and boundaries. I'm an adult, I pay bills in this house, I contribute to the household. But I'm still being treated like a kid who doesn't deserve basic consideration. I mean, what emergency cleaning situation required her to vacuum my room at 7 in the morning? Was there a dirt crisis that couldn't wait until a reasonable hour? And it's not like my room was a disaster either. Yeah, it could use some tidying up, but it's not like there was garbage everywhere or anything that would require immediate attention. If she wanted me to clean my room, she could have just asked me to do it instead of barging in with a vacuum while I'm unconscious. The whole thing just feels so disrespectful. Like, I would never dream of waking her up during her sleep time to clean around her. Even if I needed to tidy the living room or kitchen, I'd wait until she was awake or work around her schedule. Because that's what considerate people do when they live together. But apparently I don't get that same consideration because I'm the kid and she's the parent, even though I'm a grown adult. Now I'm wondering if I overreacted by telling her to get out and getting angry about it. Maybe I should have been more polite about it, but honestly, when you're woken up suddenly like that, politeness isn't the first thing on your mind. And I feel like my anger was justified given how unreasonable the whole situation was. The thing is, I can't really move out right now because of financial reasons, so I'm stuck dealing with these kinds of boundary issues. But I also don't want to just accept being treated like my needs don't matter. I've been thinking about having a conversation with her about house rules and mutual respect, but I'm not sure if that'll just make things worse. She's pretty set in her ways and doesn't really like being told she's wrong about anything. But living like this, where I never know when my space or sleep is going to be invaded, is really stressful. It's hard to feel comfortable in your own home when you can't even sleep peacefully. I just want to know if my reaction was reasonable or if I'm being a dramatic brat about this whole thing. Would you have lost it too, or am I overreacting to what she sees as normal house maintenance? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.